Welcome everybody to the Keys of Wisdom channel. Just want to show a few things here. Right, I want to put in the United Nations and show the 1776 final key. Right, you all know what that means, right? 1776 is a fairly big frequency within the word. So, United Nations, United State, 1776, right? State, nation, very similar deals, right? 13 colonies of England became a united state in 1776. And here I got United States, and it shows us a very significant date in terms of the future or the destruction or there's a lot of different ways to put it, right? January 6, 2021. So when you put in the words United States, it provides you the choice in the final key to look at and see the date of January 6, 2021. And we all know what happened there. And this event, right, particularly, it wasn't that big of a deal, right, until it was made into a big deal. And it wouldn't have been such a big deal if it was made into the same deal as how the Portland shit was treated in 2020, right? We all watched it on TV. The hordes of criminals surrounded and put the federal court building in Portland under siege. They repeatedly attacked it, attempting to burn it down and kill the people in there. When troops were sent to protect the federal court building, which is an equal branch to the Congress and to the executive, right, to the legislative and the executive, right, the news encouraged these attacks, and none of them were ever prosecuted in the same way as the January 6th shit, right? Even though it was a much bigger attack, and there was actually politicians, Democrat politicians in office actively participating in those attacks and encouraging it, and all we had was the US media and the Democrats in office continuing to have these support these terrorists in those attacks in 2020, which is basically the entire event that occurred between BLM and Antifa was a type of a coup and the largest terrorist activity that ever occurred in America, right? And the January 6th shit happened, right? Because there was so many fucking criminal things done in terms of the election in 2020, right? COVID was used as a weapon to influence the elections, along with the media influencing the elections by censoring and shutting down big time stories that were all true that they lied and said was misinformation and they wouldn't cover, right? So it's a big deal here when the United States, as a phrase, is showing us this January 6th, 2021, and it also shows us the hypocrisy and how the rule of law has failed, right? The people on January 6th, right? There's grandmas and shit that really didn't do anything that got thrown into jail over the January 6th stuff. I've always been of the position of anybody that broke laws and destroyed shit or did anything wrong on January 6th should be prosecuted, but they should be prosecuted in the same way as the Portland motherfuckers, right? We have all these people on tape. In Portland, we could easily know who they are, and we could prosecute them for it. Literally, the siege was 50 some days, so many times. It's their attempted murder and The whole fucking building was attacked with fire bombs and all kind of bullshit. And fuck, the Democrat mayor Ted Wheeler of Portland even tried to come out and join the protesters, but they hated his guts and they started attacking him and throwing shit at him and all kind of stuff too. And people can constantly bitched about the troops there protecting the thing, and they promoted this so-called wall of moms was out there to try to protect the fucking criminal terrorists attacking the federal court building from the National Guard troops that were there to defend it. And somehow the Democrats and the media all fucking said, oh, look at these great moms out there. And I and all of the people with a little bit of sense in the country look at them and said, fuck those goddamn moms. What the fuck is wrong with them? If they were fucking doing their job, their motherly duty in any fucking way, they'd be whipping the ass of those punk Antifa BLM motherfuckers out there and telling them, get the fuck out of here and go home. Quit attacking this motherfucking building, you fucking ignorant motherfuckers, right? That was a wall of fucking unfit mothers, really, is what that fucking shit was. And it's absolutely embarrassing that the fucking media and the Democrats in office participated along with that fucking shit. But that's the double standard. It shows the rule of law in America does not fucking exist, because the rule of law is applied equally to everybody breaking crimes. It is no longer a rule of law when people from January 6th get prosecuted and people from fucking Portland don't. And the same thing happened with all of the other fucking BLM riots and destruction that happened to all of the different cities, right? They didn't prosecute those people attacking those police stations. They didn't prosecute the people attacking the Magnificent Mile. They didn't prosecute those motherfuckers for doing the same fucking things as the people on January 6th, but actually much worse things, right? January 6th was made into the worst thing that ever happened, and all the 2020 fucking riots were made into some kind of hero movement. It's all a bunch of fucking bullshit. The rule of law in the United States has never fucking existed since then. It's a goddamn kangaroo court of fucking bullshit here, where the law is only selectively applied to certain citizens, and other citizens and even criminal fucking aliens, those same laws don't apply, right? There was also a bunch of mandates and right, Novak Djokovic right now is trying to get permission to come into the United States, even though he's not vaccinated. We still have this fucking policy saying that nobody who is a legal citizen can legally and lawfully travel into the United States without having one of those COVID jabs. But 5.5 fucking million criminal aliens from this day to right now came into the United States and was allowed by Joe Biden and this administration, and none of them ever had to have any of those motherfucking shots that people like Djokovic and other lawful citizens of the world are wrongfully being required to have to gain entry into the country, right? The fucking rule of law is a fucking joke, right? They're not grabbing these fucking criminal aliens at the border and shoving vaccines in their fucking asses, right? But they're making every motherfucker that comes in legally through any port of entry, airport, seaport, whatever, to have those fucking shots, right? It's just a fucking complete joke. The whole fucking country of the United States, everything that it's about is a complete fucking joke. And this date here is one of those things that highlights it, right? It's very ironic and fitting that the term United States shows that 1/6/21, January 6, 2021, because that was a major change agent day of the United States, right? From 1776 all the way to January 6, 2021, never had the rule of law as clearly fell to being non-existent as it did on January 6, 2021, right? And the whole fucking thing is clear as can be for anybody who's not fucking a hypnotized liberal psychopath, which is what we have in most of our media outlets and what we have sitting in the more powerful positions right now in the government, even though tons and tons of crimes and fraud was committed for those people to even hold those positions here today. So I wanted to put something out here looking at those deals. United States, right? The United States became a United State, one nation, one state, one nation in 1776, and that the largest fall in all of history that ever occurred was on 1/6/21, but it's not what they fucking said, saying that it is the people that came to the Capitol and were let in by fucking police officers and basically set up, and then the whole fucking thing was we will only show you selective pieces of fucking footage and everything from it, and now a whole bunch of that footage got released to Tucker Carlson. There's all kind of people fucking saying, "Oh, this is not right." Well, what's not fucking right is people not being shown and having access to everything that fucking occurred there. Not this selective bullshit. We'll show you this little piece. We'll show you this little piece. Well, the rest of the shit we're not going to fucking show you because you have no fucking right to know what really fucking happened, how shit really happened. All you have the right to do is listen to our fucking fake fucking version of events, right? Which would be all of these January 6 committees, all of the fake news coverage on the fucking deal, the whole narrative on the fucking deal. So, United States, January 6, 2021, became a United State, a single state in 1776, and then United Nations 1776. That was obviously has always been United States based, United States centered organization, right? And pretty much fucking big time joke. So, but I think it's ironic also that the term United Nations shows that 1776 year. It's a big frequency within the word because, right, that's the fulcrum, that's the center of all the other shit kind of rolls around the United States at the United Nations, right? So, and of course, right, the United Nations here, right, they're trying to intervene in what Russia's doing, right? But where was the United Nations to intervene in what the USA has done in all of these other fucking places, right? What happened with Iraq, based all on fucking lies and bullshit. The fucking Afghanistan, fucking mass fucking embarrassment, the fucking sick bullshit that went down in Libya. I mean, and just it's instance after instance after instance, right? The United Nations never did any fucking good. Fucking Vietnam was started over fucking complete fucking lies and bullshit as well. Where was it there, right? Right. So when you see the United Nations here today trying to stand up against fucking Russia, where was the United Nations to stand up against all of the fucking unlawful and illegal aggression from the United States of America in all those times, right? Well, it was never fucking nowhere. Why? Because it rotates around the USA, right? It doesn't stop or even try to stop the USA from doing the fucking shit that the USA has done. But anybody else that is going against interests of the 1776 nation, right? Well, it goes after them fucking big time for everything that the United States wants the other countries to go after. It's just a big old fucking joke, right? And again, it's a thing here where international law, it doesn't exist, right? It's the international rule of law is not applied equally, right? Just like this Nord Stream shit. If they knew it was Russia and they fucking had dirt on it, we would be fucking hammered with it over and over, and they would be going crazy, dragging Russia over the coals for that economic and environmental act of terrorism, the largest methane terrorist act in history. But because it's the United States that fucking did it, right, you don't see any fucking action on it whatsoever, right? The United Nations will fuck around with this piddly shit on Russia, and they won't even fucking touch with a 10-foot fucking pole the United States and Joe Biden's attack on the uh, Nord Stream pipelines and the future of the people of Germany and the people of the EU. So January 6, 2021, it was already written, it was already said America was going to entirely fall on January 6, 2021, based around that. But it is not the people that largely peacefully, right, largely peaceful protesters there, right? The term largely peaceful only applied to those criminals that were attacking the court building for months straight. Only applied to the criminals attacking and burning the cities and all over the country and attacking the police departments and destroying the Magnificent Mile and looting and doing all their other fucking crimes, right? Largely peaceful applied to them, even though it was a goddamn lie the whole time. It was largely violent criminal protest bullshit, right? And then the term largely peaceful was never applied here to this date, right? It wasn't the people that came to the Capitol on January 6, 2021 that made it the giant day of the USA falling. It was the corrupted, fallen Democrat administration and the entire destruction of the rule of law in the United States of America that occurred on because of that date, right? But it was already always written and always said that on January 6, 2021, there would be a large change to the United States, and that's exactly what happened. But it's completely opposite of the false narrative of the lying United States current government and the completely fake news propaganda legacy media companies. So anyways, with that said, please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you think there's something you should do, and have a nice day.